The Komodo dragon is a creature unlike any other, found only in Indonesia. Often called the last living dragon, it earns this name for good reason. With a massive body stretching up to 3 meters, armored scales in shades of grey and brown, a forked tongue flicking like that of a serpent, and eyes cold and calculating, it feels like a survivor from prehistory that somehow endured into our world today. Yet the Komodo is a paradox. At first glance it seems sluggish, almost lazy, but when it strikes, it erupts with deadly speed. More than just a giant lizard with sharp teeth, it hides secrets that continue to fascinate scientists. From venom-laced saliva to a metabolism that feels ancient, almost primal. Komodo dragons are the largest lizards on Earth. An adult male can grow up to 3 meters in length and weigh between 70 and 90 kilograms, with rare individuals exceeding 100 kilograms. Females are smaller, usually around 2 meters long and weighing 40 to 60 kilograms. Their size is matched by formidable weaponry, a massive head and immensely powerful jaws. Inside their mouths lie about 60 serrated teeth, each curving backward like hooked blades. Measuring up to 2.5 centimeters long, these teeth are not only designed to tear flesh, but also to trap prey, making escape nearly impossible once bitten. And then there is the tongue, long forked flickering. It is not just habit. This tongue is a tool, a way to read the very air itself, sensing the invisible trails of life and death that drift across the islands. If you're captivated by the power of these living relics, don't forget to subscribe. There are countless more wild stories waiting to be told. Like snakes, Komodo dragons possess a Jacobson's organ in the roof of their mouths, an extraordinary chemical sensor. With it, and with their forked tongue, they can taste the air, detecting the scent of blood or flesh from as far as 5 to 10 kilometers away. This tongue becomes a living radar, guiding them unerringly toward prey. A wounded deer miles away may already have signed its death sentence. Despite their heavy frames, Komodos are built for sudden violence. Their short but muscular legs end in sharp claws, perfect for gripping, digging, or slashing. Females use them to carve out nesting burrows, while males wield them in combat. And when the moment demands, the dragon can surge forward at speeds of up to 20 kilometers per hour. An eruption of power from a body that moments earlier seemed sluggish. Yet the most formidable weapon may be the tail. As long as the front half of the body, and packed with muscle, it is both whip and hammer. In a single strike, it can topple a wild boar, or knock a rival male sprawling in a brutal duel for dominance. Komodo dragons are true carnivores. Their digestive systems process nearly everything: flesh, bone, even hide, leaving behind little more than horn or hair. With a stomach so elastic, it can expand to consume 80% of their body weight. A 70-kilogram dragon may gorge on 50 kilograms of meat in a single meal. But here lies another paradox. Unlike lions or wolves, their metabolism is astonishingly slow. Once they feast, they can survive on almost nothing for weeks. This is the inheritance of their prehistoric lineage, an ancient strategy for survival in a land where meals are never guaranteed. If you want to keep uncovering the secrets of these living dragons, don't forget to subscribe. It's the best way to follow us deeper into the wild. Even after devouring a massive prey, a Komodo dragon may lie motionless for days beneath the burning sun, letting digestion run its slow, ancient course. There is no rush to hunt again. its body holds enough energy to last for weeks. If lions are armed with mighty fangs and crocodiles with crushing jaws, then the Komodo's arsenal is a terrifying blend of serrated teeth, saliva rich with bacteria, and a venomous secret hidden deep within its jaws. These weapons make it far more than a giant lizard. It is the undisputed predator of the islands it rules. Inside its mouth, nearly 60 teeth curve backward like barbed hooks. Each bite tears flesh apart, opening wounds that bleed uncontrollably. And even if teeth break, they are quickly replaced. Like sharks, Komodos never truly lose their weapons. For decades, scientists believed its deadly power came solely from its bacteria-laden saliva. Studies found over 50 strains of harmful bacteria in a Komodo's mouth, capable of sending prey into septic shock. The theory was simple. One bite was enough. A wounded deer or buffalo would collapse hours or days later, infection finishing what the dragon had begun. But modern research revealed something far more sinister. In 2009, Australian scientists discovered specialized venom glands nestled in the Komodo's jaw. These glands release toxins that prevent blood clotting and lower blood pressure, driving prey into shock more swiftly than infection alone. And so, with a single strike, the Komodo unleashes both steel and poison. A prehistoric killer whose reign over its islands has lasted unbroken for millions of years. If you want to keep exploring the untold truths of nature's most fearsome hunters, remember to subscribe. There's always another wild secret waiting to be uncovered. Komodo venom does not bring instant death like that of a cobra or rattlesnake. Instead, it works in a slower, far more insidious way. Its anticoagulant compounds stop the blood from clotting, leaving wounds bleeding endlessly. At the same time, toxins lower the prey's blood pressure, draining its strength as circulation falters. Muscles weaken, shock sets in, and escape becomes nearly impossible. With this venom paired to serrated teeth, a single bite seals a grim fate. The Komodo doesn't need to kill immediately. It hunts with patience, letting biology do the work. Blending into the dry earth and grass, it becomes nearly invisible, waiting for the moment to strike. One explosive lunge, one bite, and then it lets go, following the trail of blood with its forked tongue until hours or even days. Later, the victim collapses. Field notes from Rinka Island describe a water buffalo, struck once, surviving only 2 or 3 days before collapsing. The wound never stopped bleeding, infection set in, and venom worked relentlessly. When it fell, the waiting dragons closed in, devouring the carcass in a frenzy. And even here, order exists. The largest dragons feed first, while smaller ones wait, fights breaking out if the hierarchy is challenged. Yet Komodo life is not only about ferocity. Daily survival is far more nuanced. As apex predators and living relics of prehistory, they bask in the morning sun to warm their cold blood, patrol their territories, and engage in violent clashes for mates and dominance. It is this balance of ancient brutality and complex behavior that makes the Komodo dragon not just a survivor of time, but a ruler shaped by it. And if you want to uncover more untold stories of Earth's most remarkable creatures, remember to subscribe. There's always another world waiting in the wild. As reptiles, Komodo dragons are cold-blooded or ectothermic, which means they cannot regulate their body temperature like mammals do. Their daily rhythm is dictated by the sun. In the mornings, they emerge from burrows or resting spots, sprawling across open ground to bask and raise their body heat. By midday, when the sun burns too fiercely, they slip into shade beneath trees, shrubs, or back into burrows to escape the scorching heat. Then, as the evening cools the land, they stir again, ready to hunt or patrol their territories. This stillness, often mistaken for laziness, is in fact a strategy of survival, an efficient way to conserve precious energy. Komodo dragons are territorial. Mature males guard specific ranges and defend them fiercely. When rivals appear, confrontations erupt into ancient duels. Two dragons rear up on their hind legs, lock with their forearms, slam each other with their massive tails, and wrestle until one is forced down. These brutal clashes resemble gladiatorial battles from prehistory, with the victor earning dominance over both land and access to females. Unlike wolves or chimpanzees, Komodos are not truly social animals, yet they communicate in their own coded ways. A flick of the forked tongue may signal alertness. A deliberate tilt of the head can assert dominance, while a hiss becomes a warning of imminent aggression. But beyond hunting and combat, one of the most fascinating aspects of their lives is reproduction, the moment when survival stakes are highest. Here, the wild reveals its harshest truths. For hatchlings, danger lurks at every turn, even from their own mother. The breeding season falls between May and August, coinciding with the peak of the dry season in Nusa Tenggara. During this time, behavior changes dramatically. Komodos become more restless, more aggressive, and more dangerous than ever. And if you want to keep exploring these untold stories of the wild, don't forget to subscribe. Your support helps bring the raw power of nature to light. Adult males clash fiercely for the right to mate. Their duels are primal and violent, rearing up on hind legs, locking forearms, shoving, slamming, and whipping their massive tails. These battles can drag on for long minutes, sometimes leaving deep wounds. Yet death is rare. Usually the weaker male retreats, leaving the victor to claim the female. Once dominance is established, courtship begins. The male cautiously approaches, brushing his forked tongue along the female's body to test her readiness. Mating itself is intense, often lasting hours. Fascinatingly, females are not bound to a single partner. Sometimes they accept multiple males within the same season. This means a single clutch of eggs can carry the lineage of more than one father. But the most astonishing trait of Komodo reproduction is parthenogenesis. In rare conditions, a female can lay fertile eggs without any contact with a male. Even more extraordinary, hatchlings from this process are male. The phenomenon was first documented in 2006 at a zoo in England, and it revealed the staggering adaptability of these dragons. Through this mechanism, Komodo populations can recover even when males are scarce in the wild. After mating, the female searches for a secure nesting site. Sometimes she claims an abandoned mound built by megapode birds, which provide natural heat for incubation. Other times she digs her own burrow, large and deep enough to protect her offspring. There she lays between 20 and 30 eggs, carefully covering them with soil and leaves before leaving them hidden. On occasion, the female guards the nest for the first few weeks, but most of the time the eggs are left to fate. Incubation lasts 8 to 9 months. By April, when the rains retreat and the land begins to dry, the next generation of Komodo dragons breaks free from their shells. And if you want to keep uncovering nature's most extraordinary survivors, don't forget to subscribe. It helps bring more of these hidden stories to light. At that time, the environment is more forgiving, filled with insects and small prey for the newly hatched Komodo dragons. These hatchlings emerge at just 30 to 40 centimeters in length, weighing only a few grams. But from the very first breath of life, they face a brutal truth. Their greatest enemies are not just other predators, but adult Komodo dragons themselves, even their own mother. Cannibalism is one of their most shocking traits. Adults frequently prey on the young, with estimates suggesting that up to 10% of an adult Komodo's diet comes from its own species. Because of this, survival demands a desperate strategy. The moment they break free from the egg, hatchlings sprint toward the nearest trees, climbing frantically to escape certain death. For the first 3 years of life, young Komodos spend most of their time in the trees. Here they are relatively safe, not just from adult dragons, but also from other ground predators. High in the branches, they feed on insects, geckos, small birds, and eggs, waiting until their bodies grow large enough, over 1 meter, before they dare descend to the dangerous ground below. Cannibalism, as cruel as it seems, is woven into the cycle of life for these reptiles. It is estimated that 70 to 80% of hatchlings never reach adulthood, most falling victim to larger Komodos. This is why, despite a female laying 20 to 30 eggs, only a handful will ever grow to maturity. It is nature's way of ensuring that only the strongest survive. Those that do endure grow rapidly. Within just a few years, they can stretch to 2 meters in length. By the time they are 5 to 7 years old, they are considered adults, ready to challenge rivals or seek mates of their own. But the path to adulthood is fraught with peril. Even if they escape their cannibalistic kin, threats loom from above in the form of raptors, from below in the coils of giant snakes, and from the merciless environment itself. Out of dozens of eggs, only a rare few manage to rise into full-grown dragons, the true rulers of their island domain. And if you want to keep uncovering these untamed survival stories, don't forget to subscribe. Your support helps bring more of nature's fiercest battles to light. Komodo dragons do not live just anywhere. They exist only on a handful of small islands in eastern Indonesia, in the province of East Nusa Tenggara. These islands appear desolate, dry, and scorching, a landscape that feels harsh and unforgiving to humans, but serves as the perfect kingdom for the giant lizard. Here, the Komodo is the undisputed ruler, the apex predator with no natural rival. Their native range is limited to just 5 main islands. Komodo Island, the largest at around 390 square kilometers, and home to the densest population. Rinca, slightly smaller but equally abundant in dragons. Pada, Gili Motang, and the tiny Nusa Kode, where only a few remain. A small number also roam the western tip of Flores. Altogether, the Komodo's realm covers barely 2,000 square kilometers, a remarkably narrow territory when compared to the vast expanse of Indonesia. Visitors to Komodo National Park quickly realize these islands are not lush, green jungle like Borneo or Sumatra. Instead, much of the terrain is sun-scorched savanna, endless grasslands dotted with lonta palms and thorny shrubs. The dry season can last up to 8 months, with daytime temperatures soaring above 40 degrees Celsius, cracking the ground and burning the vegetation to dust. For humans, such conditions are punishing and exhausting. But for the Komodo dragon, the dry savanna and rocky hillsides are a perfect hunting stage. Sparse grasses make prey easier to spot, while steep ridges provide ideal ambush points for for this patient predator. And if you want to keep exploring the hidden worlds of apex predators like the Komodo, don't forget to subscribe. It helps bring more of these untamed stories to life.